What is going on, everybody? The Johnny Cage here, and we're starting up a new LP today. Today we're doing Aladdin for the Super NES. And this is a game that's always held a special place in my heart. Starting off doing these LPs of a variety of games, I'm looking for games that, I can beat in not too many parts, games that I can play well especially. And when I think of games that I can play well and quickly, I think of Aladdin, especially the SNES version. I'm not too familiar with the Genesis version. I know of it, I played it. It's got amazing graphics, and the two Aladdin games, you heard a lot of people talk about that one a lot more just because of what that did graphically. But I'm going to play the SNES version, and to this day, this is the only game that I have ever beaten the first day that I got it. I mean, there are probably other games I could have beaten the first day that I got it if I really tried, especially hard, but I'm the type of gamer that really takes his time with the game. I really like to just, draw things out. Like, I'm playing Star Tropics right now for the NES, and that's probably 6-7 hours worth of gameplay in it, and I've been playing it for almost a week now. Been drawing it out as much as I can, really enjoying the story, embracing every little part of it. But for Aladdin, I didn't do that. Before I knew it, I was already at the end of the game and running right through everything. So I figured I'd show you guys how to beat this game. I'm probably not going to get, in fact I know I'm not going to get all of the special gems at the end of each world. In each world's 3 levels long, very Mario-ish. At the end of all those, of every world, there are a certain number of red gems scattered throughout the world, and if you get all of them, at the end of the game, you get a longer list of credits, a special ending credits sequence, which, if you really want to check out, I'm sure you can find somewhere on YouTube. It's not really worth it, though, to me. I'm just going to kind of run through this game, show you guys how to do it, how to play it, if you hopefully entice you guys to want to play it yourselves. That's mainly what I do. I love to play retro games. It brings me back to simpler times, and that's what I hope I can do for a lot of people that watch this video. And I hope it's not too boring or too drawn out. Tomorrow we're gonna have a new LP started up, a different SNES game, and then the day after that more Pokemon. And I think I'm just gonna cycle through those 3 games. This is gonna be the schedule that's gonna be happening. So here we go. You kill enemies by jumping on their head. You can use that little guy in the window there to jump up places. I'm going to seriously run through this. Definitely the first world or two. The height of your jump, you can get a higher jump. It's a lot like a Mario game. Hold down, if you're talking about the Super Nintendo controller, the controls, hold down the Y button to be constantly running, and then the B button allows you to jump. You get apples, and apples in the Genesis version, if I remember correctly, were used that you could actually kill the enemies. In the SNES version, they just knock them out. And there's one of the red gems I was talking about that you collect out the worlds. You may have noticed I got this a little towel kind of cloth thing that allows you to fall much more slowly. And this, if you wanted to make this game a lot more difficult, don't get that. I think that might be the only time in the game you do get it, and it's right there in the very first level. If you want to make it challenging for yourself, don't get that, and this game will be at least twice as hard, I guarantee you. Getting some more apples. We don't really need them. I'm not going to use them much. You saw I just used one on that archer there in the beginning. They're not useful. They don't kill guys. They only stun them temporarily. In this first world, if you have any kind of platforming skill whatsoever, you're going to have no problem with it. It's just, and I know these levels pretty well. It's been a while since I've played it, this game actually. It's probably been about a year, but it shouldn't be too hard. I don't know if I'll be able to do a no-death run or not, but knowing me, there'll probably be 1 or 2 parts where I mess up just because, so much pressure. I'm doing this for an internet audience where I'll be highly scrutinized. The trolls will be out in masses, but I'll do what I can. Try to show you guys some cool tricks along the way. But we're just about done with the second level here. Do a little flip. Yeah. And there comes Abu. Little Abu comes with me. This is really cool. When I first got to this level, I didn't know where to go, and then I found you need to go here, and you bounce up in an awesome look of the palace. I thought that was awesome the first time I saw that. It's like, damn, this really took me back. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the movie Aladdin. I mean, it's a Disney movie. Man, I'm getting my ass kicked here now. It's a Disney movie, so I'm sure most of you have seen it. Ooh, bread. Bread gives you 1 health heart back, by the way. If you find a turkey or a chicken, I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be, turkey or chicken, that gives you full health. Those are your 2 power-up items in the game. But most of you are familiar with Aladdin, and the game plays pretty true to the movie, with the exception of 2 worlds that aren't in the movie, which I think that they just had to throw it in there. Ooh, a zipline. They had to just throw those worlds in there because they didn't have enough stuff. But we'll talk about that when we get there. There's the chicken. Gives you full health. I don't really need it, but grab it anyway. Oh man, just messing up here. Come on, platforming. It'd probably be better if I was using an actual Super Nintendo controller to play this, but I'm using a Logitech controller. But I promise you I do own this game on Super Nintendo. I make it a deal to especially play games that I own for Super Nintendo, because I know a lot of people don't like the E word, they don't like emulation, but you know, in a lot of cases you're going to end up paying a lot for games. Like take a game like Earthbound, for instance, it retails for like $150. I mean, you're not going to be able to find that in the wild very easily. So for games like that, just, you know, emulators are a good way to go, I say. Especially if it encourages retro gaming in people. I'm always for that. So here's our first boss. There are bosses in every world, but this one they do. Trying to give Jasmine a hard time there, stealing the apple from the movie. And pretty easy. You can see a very simple strategy. Swings a sword, hit him on the head, bounce up to the top. Can't be here, he'll swing a sword wildly. When he stops it, rinse and repeat, and bam, take him out. No problem there. And then we find Jasmine, and she's like, "Thank you for saving me." And we run off. Boo's like, "Who's this bitch? Taking my stuff." Stage 1 clear. You get a password after every stage. It's a password-based system. And it'll show you the red jewels that you got. I managed to collect 5 of the 10, is there? I couldn't even say how many words. I have the cutscenes in this video. I might take them out for future parts of this game. I'm not positive yet. I mean, if you've seen the movie, you know how this plays, so I'm kind of at least skipping through them a bit here. Not showing the whole thing. Look at Boo. Look how pissed off that monkey is. That's one pissed off monkey. He should be grateful, though. He's got a fez. Most monkeys would be grateful for a fez. So anyhow, yeah, more cutscene. There are a lot of, well, not cutscene really as much, just text and picture. There's a lot of that in this game. It's really supposed to encapsulate the movie, obviously. It does a good job of it, but it really drags you down. I'm sitting there like thinking to myself, oh man, I really want to speed this up, you know. People want gameplay, they don't want to sit here and read text, but it doesn't take away that much from it, and I'll probably just cut those out in parts 2 and however many this ends up going. So here's the second area. We're escaping after being captured, and it's a cool little mechanic there. They fall down and then you can jump back on top of them and get those jewels if you wanted to. You can use apples to kill the bats in this world. I did that one off screen, pretty nice. To kill the bats in this world, and those scorpions there, kind of a nuisance. Taking them out without too much of a problem. Bam, jump there. And here's the introduction of the gold scarab beetle. He flies around in circles. You don't have very much time to get him, but if you do, you get to play a bonus game at the end of the level, which we'll get to pretty soon here, as we're rushing through this, just as we did the first world. Yeah, try bouncing off of everything. This part coming up is really cool. When I first saw this as a kid, I thought this was really astounding too. You take this fall, bam, this big pit of gold, and you knew it was coming up if you saw the movie, but it looked awesome. Get some enemies in here, get the swords. That won't be the first time you see these walking swords. And we come across the magic carpet. He gets to join us on our team. And that's only the first level of this world. And so the gold scarab beetle comes up on stage, on screen if you got him, and you play the genie game, where you can. This is one of the few chances you get to increase the total amount of health you have in the game if you land on the genie face. My strategy has always been to just hit the button as soon as you possibly can to start it, and it used to always work for me as a kid, but I haven't gotten to work for me in the last few times I've played the game. And no. See, seriously, that looked perfect. I thought for sure I had at that time. No dice, though. No dice. So I just get a credit, and I'm certainly not going to need a credit. I might die, but I'm definitely not going to have to use a credit, that's for sure. So Here's a great stage where I was talking about if you want to make this challenging, don't get that piece of cloth and just, oh my gosh, whoa, almost died there. Don't get that piece of cloth and just try to just do jumping. And this would be a good stage to challenge yourself with that. So you have to pull down these ropes to open up these gates, crouch down and jump on through. I really like this level. It's you know, there's a lot of little paths here that you can take and jump up and get like this one up here. I think there's another secret later on if I remember correctly. This game isn't chock full of secrets. That's I mean, I guess it's kind of a downside, but you can't expect every game to be full of secrets, especially not a Disney game where they had to make it like the movie, so you have to kind of keep to the setting of the stage. But they do a good job of working with what they got. And here we come up onto that big jewel that Boo just can't get enough of. Just takes control of them. Jaji's rocks, they can be kind of tough. You can bounce off of them, though. I didn't in this case, but you can jump and bounce off of them. Oh, that one got me. Right here, there's a secret down here, I remember. Just go over there. Oh my gosh, oh wow, I can't believe I survived that. Oh, that's a close one. And there's a red jewel over there, but I'll pass that up, as we can just climb up this hill, and we finish the level. We grab the genie lamp. Check out what Abu's doing down there. Abu, no! Carpet can't hold him back with his tassel hands. Oh, Carpet trying to grab something. How hilarious is that? Infidels. And we get our stage 2. That finishes up the second world of the game. Get a password, see how many red jewels we got, and that's going to do it for this time. Join me next time when we go through stage 3 and probably stage 4. This is the Johnny Cage. I'll see you all then.